Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to Entertainment Daily, and I am your host, Octavia Cora. All right, so we have a hot gist, okay, that involves a lot of celebrities. Now we're going all the way to Ghana, okay? So feel free to join us. But before we do so, let's quickly check our sound, and then we're going to dive right into the video. Okay, so you are welcome. Let's check the sound. Okay, all right. So our sound is doing well. Our sound is good. Our sound is good. All right, all right, all right. So thank you so very much for joining. And if you are just coming across our channel for the first time, don't forget to subscribe if you enjoy the content that we serve here. So we are going to be discussing the Ghana actress, okay? She's Ghana actress and she's also a Nollywood actress. So she's a Gollywood actress and a Nollywood actress. Okay, she just wrote her tell-all book, and trust me, she held nothing back. Okay, so well, that's the story we're going to be diving into right about now. Well, give me a second. Okay, sorry for that short break. It's very late my time, so I'm trying to make sure close my doors and get myself into where I won't be distracted. All right. So you're welcome, like I said. So let's get into the story. We are going to be talking about Yvonne Nelson. From the title, from the thumbnail, I believe you'll be able to recognize some of the people on screen, but I will first of all introduce all of them before we get right into the main gist at hand. So here, like the name of our channel implies, Entertainment Daily. So you are going to be getting daily content back to back, entertainment gist and everything that is happening. We are not holding back. We're reacting to videos that we see online. We're also talking about celebrity gossip, pop culture, and more. All right. So today we have trekked all the way to Ghana, okay? Everywhere in the world, no limit, okay? As far as there's a gist to be carried or covered, we are going to be there. All right. So we have trekked or flown all the way to Ghana, and that's where we have landed today. So as we don't land Gidigba, what could they dissect this new book that Yvonne Nelson just wrote? So Yvonne Nelson wrote her tell-all book, and trust me, it is sorry for that short break. Okay, so Yvonne Nelson just wrote her tell-all book, and that book has been buzzing. A lot of people are saying so many people don't even like reading, but this book has actually made a lot of people to go back and start reading, because when you hear the type of things that are on the book, you just want to go purchase yours and start reading. So if you've not heard about the book and you're just hearing about it for the first time, then go check it out. It's on Amazon and every other place where you can purchase a book. Okay, and it is not too expensive. If you love gist and you want to know what Yvonne has to tell, then grab a copy. Okay, so that being said, like I said, I will start by introducing the people so far that we've heard about the book. A lot of people are still reading it. Okay, so we've not read all the book yet, so we cannot give you total analysis of Yvonne Nelson's new book. But the name of her book is I Am Not Yvonne Nelson. That's the name of the book. So Yvonne Nelson mentioned her ex, someone she dated in the industry. Everybody knew about their relationship when Yvonne Nelson was a hot cake in Nollywood. She was almost in all the movies and stuffs like that. So Yvonne actually, dated a singer called Inyanya. If you're following the Afrobeats and all of that, you know who Inyanya is. If you listen to Afrobeat, African music and stuff like that, Ghana, Nigeria, and every other African country, then you know who Inyanya is. So she dated Inyanya for a while, and then they broke up. But they really didn't come out to explain what happened, and it's been a very long time since the relationship ended. So she talked about Inyanya. We will get into that story. She also talked about another Ghana singer that is a big name. Okay, if you're mentioning top five Ghana artists, there is no way you will not mention Shakodie. Okay, a lot of people call him Shakodi, but if you hear the Ghanaians say his name, they call him Shakodie. So we're going to call him that way. I guess that's the right pronunciation of his name, you know. And this story is so deep that even Shatawale, the famous Ghana singer that is always dragging Nigerian celebrities, dragging Nigerian musicians, has all actually, chimed in and dropped his own 2 cents, and all of that we're going to get into. It didn't end there. This lady went ahead and also mentioned the Nollywood actress, the very controversial one, Tonto dikeh. Okay, she didn't stop that at Tonto dikeh. She went further to state what the affair she had, or the hookup, one night stand, whatever you call it, with a Nigerian king. So much revelation. Yvonne Nelson held nothing back. And as at this point, as I'm speaking to you, social media is divided. Some persons are for her, some persons are against her, some persons are saying it. So we're going to get right into all of those stories. All right, so Yvonne Nelson wrote her book and she's been promoting it. If you go to her Instagram, you will see the promo. There are little videos, like short videos that she has shared, where you see other Ghana celebrity likes of Majid, Michael, and the rest of them. They've come to support her and all of that. So a whole lot of Ghana people turned up for her book signing, and she was like, "Let's meet at Silverbed," or stuff like that, to sign some books. And a lot of people turned up, a lot of people purchased the book worldwide, because it's available on Amazon too. So you cannot even say, because I'm based abroad, I cannot let me. No, you can. It's on Amazon and all of that, and all those other Red Book, whatever, all those places where you can get books. Okay, so a lot of people have already laid their hands on Yvonne Nelson's book, and the level of revelation, you will not even say, ah, like I have to cry for 1 cent that I spent on this book. Every single cent you spend in purchasing this book, you are going to enjoy it by the time you finish reading. So there's a whole lot. As people are reading, people are tweeting about it. Some people are very upset with Yvonne Nelson, saying that why would she even come out to write a book like this? Why would she even talk about all of this? But let us get into, before we get into what the internet is saying and all of that, let's just get into some of the revelations, okay, that we've heard so far. So Yvonne Nelson decided she was going to talk about her exes. She talked about Inyanya, which is a Nigerian singer. And like I said, Yvonne Nelson, in the beginning of this live stream, I told you people that Yvonne Nelson is a Gollywood actress, but she's also a Nollywood actress. Okay, most of these actors, they work in both industries. Okay, the Gollywood, which is the Ghana movie industry, and the Nollywood, which is the Nigerian movie industry, and most of them they work in both industries. So you can be called the Gollywood and Nollywood actor, actress, or whatever. So that's what Yvonne did. And for some years back, Yvonne Nelson was one of the hot cake. We had likes of Yvonne Nelson, Nadia Buhari, Majid Michael, John DeMello, so many of them, so many of them that used to act. I cannot remember some of the names right now. Jackie Appiah, and all of that, that used to be in the Nollywood. So they were in Nigeria a lot because they were featured in so many movies and you had to shoot and all of that. So they stayed in Nigeria a lot of them, okay? Even up till now, the new people coming from Ghana to act, they're still the game is still on up until now. But I'm just trying to lay this down so you understand where Yvonne is coming from. And you're not going to say, some of you are not going to say, oh, what? She's from Ghana. How come she knows so much about Nigeria? She's been in that country. She's worked there for a very long time. So she knows. Okay. So she decided to talk about her ex. Like I said, she dated Inyanya, a famous singer now. Inyanya is a singer, well known, and all of that, with nice songs, all I want is well, all those kind of all of that anyway. It's Inyanya, So she dated Inyanya. But then when they broke up, they really didn't come out to like grant, and at least I didn't see any interview where they talked about why they broke up or why they didn't or whatnot. They just broke up and people just knew that they were no longer together, and that was it. Inyanya didn't say a thing. She didn't say a thing up until now that she just released this her book. So in this new book that Yvonne released, Yvonne talked about how she was with Inyanya, but the reason why their relationship didn't last or why it ended is because Inyanya had left her, like dumped her for another fellow actress. And if you know one thing with this movie industry, I think it happens in all the industries, but mostly with the Nigerian movie industry, we hear this type of stories a lot. How one person is dating the one person, and the next thing you hear is, oh, they're not together, and the person is with another person. Another person is marrying or somebody's husband or ex-husband. Things like that, that will cause fight, quarreling, and you see tweets and back and forth, backbiting and things like that. So this is not even a new storyline. It's something that a lot of people have seen and heard of. So oh God, this world. So Yvonne revealed that Inyanya left her and went for her fellow star Nollywood actress Tonto dikeh. And when people heard that, that came as a big shock, like a big surprise for a lot of people. Some persons it wasn't a surprise because she's an actress. Yvonne is an actress, so what? Of course, the entertainment industry they just pass each other around there, like like football. Anyway, so when she made that revelation, the internet was like buzzing. People were looking at Tonto Dike's page. I was also one of the people checking. I wanted to see what Tonto Dike was going to post. Tonto Dike really didn't post anything out of the ordinary that would really make you feel, at least I didn't see. But she kept, she Tonto Dike posts all these inspirational posts and things like that. But one of the posts, she talked about people should love themselves and wanting. And for me, if you ask me, I feel like, that was just the right time when this book and your name is back online that this happened. And now you're posting about this type of things, almost like it's a little bit of shade and whatnot. But Tonto Dike never directed so far. She hasn't said anything. But that's what the book is alleging. Okay. Okay, that Yvonne Nelson was dumped because Inyanya went for Tonto Dike. Okay. So a lot of people like, if that's the case, then it's really terrible. And some persons are saying, including likes of Daddy Freeze, is saying they are not sure, and they don't believe that Inyanya and Tonto Dike ever dated. Like Daddy Freeze was almost beating his chest. Daddy Freeze is another presenter from Nigeria. He used to be an OAP, radio presenter, and then now he does his Facebook presentation and all of that. He's now a content creator full time. So Daddy Freeze was even stressing that he knows almost all of the people that are involved in this saga, this brouhaha going on right now, that there's no way he would even accept that Inyanya and Tonto dated. That if Yvonne was saying that they were friends, that he would understand. But if Yvonne is saying they dated, that he's not sure, that he cannot even believe that. But anything is possible, though. But that he's not sure that Inyanya and Tonto Dike ever dated. And he gave reason being that Tonto Dike is someone that is very open with what she does. And I feel like people are saying Tonto Dike is very open with what Tonto Dike does. I don't really 100% agree with that. I think up until the Churchill saga started, Tonto Dike was not that open and upcoming and, shameless and all of that. Like she can, whatever you want to do it. Tonto Dike will come out and own it. That was after she and her husband had that bitter divorce or separation, whatever we call it, and they fought dirty, and she came out with a lot of receipts, granting interview and pouring out her heart. Since then was when Tonto Dike became shameless and didn't care and understood that she can actually make good of this whole bad name and whatever that is going on, name calling and whatnot that is going on. So that being said, Tonto Dike Tonto Dike now, I said Tonto Dike, sorry. So Daddy Freeze kept on insisting, and I was like, and another thing Daddy Freeze said before I go into the other stuff, because there's a lot of stuff to be revealed here. Daddy Freeze was also of the opinion that he does not agree that you should come out and talk about your exes in a book or whatever. If you're writing a book, don't mention people's names because you're not even, or you weren't even married to those people. That if you were married to that person and you're now writing a book, the person is now an ex, you're writing a book, then okay, you can mention the person's name. But if it was just an ordinary relationship, that you should not be mentioning people's name. And some persons were very upset that Daddy Freeze said that, because Daddy Freeze is one person that keeps talking about his first marriage and how it ended and how bad it was and all of that. So people feel like if you will be vocal about your first marriage that didn't work, and every given opportunity you use yourself as an example, oh, my ex-marriage, I got divorced and then this and that, blah 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 blah, why is it that Yvonne cannot write her book and talk about her exes and how she was treated or what ended her relationship? What makes your own case different from Yvonne Nelson's case? But he is arguing that even after the marriage, his marriage, that he was in relationships and all of that that didn't work, but he's not going to come out and start talking about those relationships and saying, oh, this relationship didn't work, this one didn't happen, the other one didn't happen, and all of that. That is not that, it's not necessary, because it was just a relationship and not a marriage. Okay, so moving on to another stuff that was revealed on Yvonne Nelson's book. Yvonne Nelson talked about how she dated one of the biggest artist in Ghana, which happens to be Shakodia. She talked about how they dated for a very long time, and she even got pregnant for him. Okay, that she was pregnant for Shakodia, but she had to abort. Okay, because the guy left her. Okay, like he didn't want to. He wasn't ready. He wasn't going to do that with her. He didn't care. Like, he was like, go get that stuff out. And a lot of people, like so many people, were so mad. Up till now, they're still very mad at Yvonne for revealing that. Some people were dropping voice notes that people screenshot. It's all over Facebook, Instagram, and everywhere you go, you will hear, all even on YouTube, you hear these voice notes where people are saying, how dare you do something like this? You know that both of you dated a long time ago, many years ago. Now Shakodia is now a very big household name. He's done so well for himself, well respected, home and abroad, and he's married with kids. And how do you want his family to feel? How do you want his wife to feel now that you're saying he got you pregnant and he made you abort the baby and all of that? So, but meanwhile, some other persons are saying it is her story. She wants to tell her story. She is telling her story. If Shakodie or Inyanya feels like she's lying and all what she has said in the book didn't happen the way she has said it, then they have the right to either sue her or, debunk, come out and say their own part. But so far, I have not seen or heard anything coming from Inyanya or Shakode. They're both doing their music thing, promoting what they're promoting, and just dancing and doing whatever they want to do. And they're not even acting as if somebody is talking about them. Okay, although I've not kept my eyes so much on their a community post community post. I don't know if they would have posted something, okay, on Facebook, and maybe I didn't catch it up before it disappeared and all of that. But I've not seen them say anything. It's just their fans and the general public that is speaking on their behalf right now. But a lot of people are very pissed off that she was there to even talk about Shakodia, that is married now and with kids, that it's not his wife is not going to find it funny and it's not good. for his brand, okay? Like she's kind of tainting his image and making him look bad and all of that. And if you remember at the beginning of this video, I had said that even Shatawale, the famous Ghana singer that is always dragging people, he drags his own fellow Ghanaians, he drags Nigerians, he drags anybody draggable. That Shatawale. For you, Shatawale actually came out and also tweeted and said that he could believe anything, but for this particular one, that Yvonne Nelson is lying, that it is not in Shakodia's character. You know, most times they call him Shak. That it's not in Shak's character to do something like that. That there is no way Shak would get a woman pregnant and tell the woman to abort it. And there's no way Shak would get a woman pregnant and not take responsibility or just want to run away and leave the way Yvonne Nelson is saying it, that that's not true, that Shaq can never do a thing like that. And in my words, I was like, never say never. She has said it. There's no way Shakodi will say up until now he has not heard that there's a book somewhere that somebody has written, an ex has written, and his name is being mentioned, and he's not going to go purchase. And okay, let's say he doesn't even want to purchase, and because that's like him indirectly supporting her business or her whatever she's doing right now, he could decide to ask a fan to screenshot the chapter or the page exactly where she talked about this. And I believe there is going to be so many people in all the African countries that are his fans that have the book already, that will be ready to screenshot and send it to him so he can read it and then see if she's lying and come out and debunk. Okay, so I feel like the fact that Inyanya and Inyanya is not saying anything. Shakodia is also not saying anything. And Tonto Dike, that everybody knows that Tonto Dike is damn loud. She is loud and she love clout. She love all this trending kind of stuffs when her name is in social media. Okay, so that I was expecting Tonto Dike to say, but Tonto Dike is yet to say a thing. Okay, going back to the Tonto Dike own situation, I saw a post where there's another very dramatic Ghana public figure. I really don't know what that Afia Schwarzenegger does, but I'll just call her a public figure. And she's another loud one like Tonto Dike and Blessing CEO. You know, she seeing the whole buzz that this Yvonne Nelson's book is bringing. Afia went took exactly the same the way the Yvonne Nelson book looks. It's like white with the white background and the right top on the side and Yvonne Nelson on the other side. She did the same thing with her photo. She just superimposed her own photo there and said her own is coming out and just, like making jokes out of the whole thing. And she posted it. And when I saw her post, I was like, of course, you will not allow anything like this to pass you by and all of that. And her own belief, she wrote about, said, we're going to reveal prostitution and stuffs like that. But of course, you know that she's just trying to either mock or make a joke or whatever out of what is going on. And under her post, I was surprised to see Tonto Dike's comment. And Tonto Dike commented and said, this is the book that I will promote. And underneath Tonto Dike's comment, Blessing CEO commented and said, go chase clout. And I was like, if Tonto Dike will now see that one, that's another opportunity for Tonto Dike to start dragging Blessing CEO also. But then back to what I wanted, the point I wanted to make. The point is, Shakodie up until now is yet to say anything concerning what is in that Yvonne Nelson's book. And sometimes silence is not the best answer. Silence sometimes means whatever is being said about you is true. Okay. And I feel like for someone, in the case of these three people, okay, we're going to get to the African king in a bit. In the case of Shakodie, I feel like this is really deep when somebody is saying, you got me pregnant, you asked me to abort the baby, and you left me and you ran away. It's really a bad look. Yes, he might be married now with wife and kids, but hello, Gorex. You're welcome. Thank you very much for joining, sis. It's really, really a bad look, you know. So I was expecting somebody as popular as Shakodia to actually get his publicist to actually release a statement. The people handling his social media and all of that, to release a statement, either debunking or just saying something, you know. But well, if he's guilty, then I don't expect him to say anything. Then the silence is actually the best answer as at this point if he's truly guilty, if truly he got her pregnant, made her abort, and then he disappeared, then I think that's the right thing. His silence. Moving on to Inyanya. Now, this is an accusation. A lot of people wondered when they were together. A lot of people liked them together, Inyanya and Yvonne Nelson. People liked them together. Unbelievable, you are alive this time. I thought my handset didn't refresh. Gorex. Oh, God. Yeah, so sometimes I just keep, postponing because sometimes when I will finish everything I have to do is always around this time. And then I was like, okay, the next day I will go live. Then before you know, it's now all gist. You see the basketballs coming right, left, and center. The moment you're just waiting for the right time to do your video or do your post, you will have like 10 new gist, and you'll not be looking at that gist that you already prepared your mind to tell you, like, oh my goodness, something else is now trending. You now leave this other one. So it's just better, even if it's late, put it out there. And one thing with live stream, similar to videos, people can come back and watch your live stream if they love the topic, if they enjoy, if it's their fan, people that they are fan of, okay, that you're talking about, they will sit down and they will watch it and they will drop their comment for you, and that can bring up part two or stuff. So most times, even if I'm doing a live stream and nobody's there yet, I just do it and leave it there. And I feel like when people that loves those people see it, they will go. So this is Von book, eh? Now book she won't write or drag. Go and call am anything wey you like, oh, but hey, person wey don dey for industry, wetin you expect? If the person wey don dey for industry for as long as Yvonne Nelson don dey for industry, the person dey write book, wetin you wan expect to come out for that book? Of course, the book is going to be bloody. The book is going to be breaking all the legs of the table. The book is going to be a saga dot 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 point to infinity, and that's what Yvonne Nelson's book is. So me, I'm not even surprised, All these revelations that all these things she's revealing, all these revelations, none came as shock to me because you know that we've been hearing all these kind of stories on. It's just that her own we've not heard, and she decided to talk about it by herself, and that's really a good one. So I feel like Shakodia should either come out and clear his name, because you cannot be that big of a star and somebody will say something like this, and if you're not guilty of it, you're not going to come out and call the person out, except you're taking it the legal way if Yvonne is lying. But do I think Yvonne would come out and lie like this and actually put their names? Because there's a way she could have written it and changed their name, still tell the story, but just say the person's name starts from S, so we're going to call him Smith. Let's say, for example, in the case of Shakodia, she could say the person, the famous singer, blah blah blah. Just describe the way smart people will know who you're talking about, but you don't say the name, and you change the name from Shakodia to Smith, knowing that it starts from SS. In the case of Inyanya, you could do the same thing. You change, you say, oh, the person is also a singer from so country or from so place or what, blah blah blah. You explain, you change Inyanya's name to anything Inara or something, just twist it and continue telling the story, and people will still read and enjoy it. But no way. God, I say yes, so many G's to react to, but before you find time to do it, another 10 don't happen. I cannot come and buy for white you. No be small thing though. Ha. So yeah, she was very deliberate with their names. My girl, as in name, she should go on, man, because we as Africans, if it's a man writing this whole thing, I don't think a lot of people would be dragging her the way they are dragging her. So they should allow her, okay? They let them allow her to do her thing. All right, so I feel like Inyanya and Shakodia should put out an official statement, including Tonto Dike, because Tonto Dike has built her brand. Well, although her own brand is also another messy one. Like all of them, they have a kind of, there's always one mess or the other following these entertainment people, in the entertainment industry, it seems like the more messy you are, the more popular, the more famous, the more money, the more everything you get. If you try to behave, be the good girl, good boy, well behaved, no saga, no controversy, no nothing, you don't grow as fast as the other controversial ones. So sometimes you see these people going out to look for uh controversy, they go out to go fake stories, to fake fights and all of that, like Rubio Jacko is doing now, fighting with Destiny Etiko, fighting with Anita Joseph, fighting with Junior Pope, posting video of a house help that wanted to poison her little daughter with spray, you know, this bug spray and all of that, which is, when you look at it, you just know it's fake. But people are looking for things that is going to make them trend. Come over to YouTube. You have likes of Editorial, Lily Pop TV, UK Family, their husbands, and every other people that are dropping basketballs right, left, center, something to make people talk about them. So they trend, they make more money, they get more popular, they get more following and everything and all of that. Their names is in the lips of everyone. It brings traffic to their channels and everything. More coin in their pockets. So that's just what it is. So I feel like when you reach this level, you have to defend your name, but the silence between Inyanya, Shakodie, and Tonto Dike makes me feel like there's some level of truth to what Yvonne Nelson is saying, because I feel like mostly Tonto, if she didn't date this guy or didn't have anything at all to do with him, and probably they were just friends, maybe they were very close, but some persons just didn't notice in the industry. Because me too, I don't know if I've ever seen Tonto Dike and Inyanya in the same place and stuffs like that. So I guess when that likes of Daddy Freeze was saying, he knows Tonto Dike very well, he knows Inyanya, he knows Shakodia, he knows all these people, but he doesn't think that he knows Yvonne Nelson, that he doesn't think that Tonto Dike ever, ever, ever dated Inyanya. I was like, you can never tell. You never know. Some people are very good in keeping things under wraps that you will not be able to tell that this is what is actually going on. So, that being said, I feel like there is an atom of truth to that particular story. Moving on to the next phase is Yvonne Nelson also revealing in her book that the industry is a kind of place. And I feel I'm just laughing because a whole lot of people are not going to like this book, because it's like Yvonne is not only telling her story, but she's also spilling some secrets that isn't, well, as at this point, it's not really a secret. It's only people that are not paying attention, people that have not been in the industry. If you've worked a little bit in the entertainment industry, or you've done something that will bring you close to the entertainment industry, then you know how messy the entertainment industry can be. So I feel like some people in there would kind of not be so happy that Yvonne is talking about these things, but it is obvious because sometimes when you look at these actors, actresses, the kind of money they spend, the kind of money they mention, you know that the industries don't have that type of money yet. Not the Gollywood industry, not the Nollywood industry, or any other wood. Okay, none of them have that money where you have people paying lots and lots of millions to one particular actor in for her or for him to film for them. Okay, so which you could say, okay, because they pay this person many millions of naira, and by the time this person features in like 10 movies, the person is making a whole no. Hollywood is there where you have some of these actors that are making so much, but the Nollywood and the Gollywood is not there yet. So I feel like so many of them will not be happy that Yvonne Nelson is revealing this. Yvonne talked about how in the industry, when you get to certain level, people will not start coming to you, be it traditional rulers, be it politicians, a lot of people with money in the industry, people that are not in the industry, businessmen, name it, that they will not start coming to you in the pretense of they want to support what you're doing. Like her, she said she had a foundation, and people will contact her telling her that they want to support the foundation, they want to donate, they want to give something, let her come for meetings. They fix all these meetings, and by the time she gets there, the meeting is changing from it's like light to light. The meeting is changing from donation to her foundation so she can help uh do whatever she's doing. I'm not sure what Yvonne's foundation is about, but when you hear foundation, you know that it's something to help people out there. She said the meeting will change from that to they want to have relations with you. and the amount of money that they offer is really, really tempting. So she went ahead, but this is the only person, or so far we don't know the book. We've not read all the book yet. This is the only person that she's yet to mention the person's name. Okay, maybe she will mention it, or maybe she won't. And I can actually understand why she's not even mentioning, because if you're saying a traditional ruler, you better be very careful of any African traditional ruler if you're having anything to do with a traditional ruler. And she said that that's how a king invited her over in Nigeria. She only mentioned the country, but she didn't mention those of you that are familiar with Nigeria, or if you're not, you have different tribes in Nigeria. Okay, you have people from the east, you have people from the west, south, north, central, and all of that. Gora is feeling very sleepy now. All right, good night, sis. Go and sleep, please. I beg, go sleep, go sleep, go sleep, go sleep. I beg. Don't worry yourself. I know it's very late. Okay, over here it's 12:50 already, almost 1 a.m. I'll catch up with the rest tomorrow. Yes, so yes, thank you very much. Thank you, thank you, thank you for stopping by. You've tried. It's already late. See you tomorrow in the streets of YouTube, where we have more gist rolling out. Okay, so she only mentioned that it's in Nigeria, and this king called for a meeting, wanted to support her foundation. She got there, and then the story changed, and the king wanted the relations, and they had the relations, and she was paid, okay, handsomely, okay, about what 5,000 or 500,000 Ghana cities, of how much millions of some, but a good amount of money that she was paid. And then some people felt like, what the heck is she revealing this for? Okay, is she trying to say that she's a prostitute or something like that? Why is she saying all this type of stuff? And I was like, look, in my opinion, it is her story. She chooses what she wants to tell. She chooses what she wants to say. And when you are in the public eyes, we saw what happened to this other Nollywood actress recently. This what that Liberian guy did to likes of Empress and Jama and all those other actors. When you're in the public eye and you've done certain things, you better come out and use your own mouth to tell. Because not when tomorrow now you meet a good guy that you want to settle down with, or whatever she wants to do with her life, that's when people now start coming to blackmail her. Yeah, we know your story, we know this, we know that, we're going to put it out there. And then they will finally go and sell your own story to a blog or whatever, and they're going to pay handsomely to get that story, because they know you're a celebrity and that person is making money off of you. Okay, so you better come out and tell your stories. I think this is also one of the reasons why she decided, if she's going to write the book, it is going to be a tell-all. She's going to tell it all. Okay, it doesn't matter how people are going to look at her, or if you want to judge her. And I guess that's also the reason why the title of the book is I Am Not Yvonne Nelson. Okay, because some persons felt like, what kind of name is that actually? Like, I'm not Yvonne Nelson. Okay, so that being said, when she talked about this, a lot of people online also started saying, wait, Yvonne, give us hint, give us hint. Which part is it, from the east, the west, the south? And I was like, people stop asking. She's not gonna say, okay, that's a traditional ruler, that's someone highly connected, that's someone that is deep into tradition and everything. And as an African, you know what that means. Okay. Going traditional and all of that. You don't want to mess with the traditional ruler. Okay. You want to respect the traditional rulers. You don't want to overstep the boundary. Even the politicians, they know how to respect the traditional rulers. So you don't expect Yvonne to come out and actually tell you it is actually King so and so in so and so village, or so and so community, or particular state, and blah blah blah. If she were even there to mention the state, yes, there are lots of kings and all of that, but people can actually put two and two together and start accusing even the innocent ones. Okay, so I guess hence she just mentioned Nigeria. And Nigeria is a massive country with 200 million people. There's no way you will know which traditional ruler she's talking about, because you have billions of traditional rulers if you have to put all of them together. Okay, so And that's that. So, so far, the internet is divided. We're going to be rounding up the stories soon. As the book is unfolding, we're going to be bringing more stories because so much more is being revealed. Okay. So, Yvonne's book has actually divided the internet where some persons are completely for her, some persons are rooting for her, some persons are saying when they started reading the book, they didn't know how to feel. But when they read up to an extent, their mind was actually made up that for her to come out and spill all of these things and not even looking back, wondering about how she's going to be dragged, what will be said about her, and all of that. That simply means that Yvonne is a very bold lady, a strong lady, and a woman that people should emulate. I don't know about that, but some persons are of that opinion that she's really, really brave and she's really strong to come out and tell her story herself and not even feel ashamed to omit certain things that she has done, be it past mistakes and whatnot. She's just tabling everything out there so people can actually learn from her own mistakes and all of that. On the other hand, some other persons are saying this is just a hot mess, that you do not have any right to come out and write a book and mention the names of your exes, people that you've dated. That is just a relationship, is not a marriage. If you were married to the person or persons, then you have the right to write your own book, your story, and if you want to include their names and stuffs like that. Because some people are of the opinion that this that she has done, the names that she has mentioned, they are going to, drag her to court and they are going to sue. And some of them might end up sharing the revenue from this book with her that she shouldn't have even done it at all. Some persons are of the opinion that this is just a cloud chasing move for Yvonne Nelson, that it seems like she's not as relevant as she. All right, so sorry, I had to check my door because I was hearing a sound. All right, so some persons are saying she shouldn't have even gone to this level of spilling so much that it makes her look bad at that because she's not as relevant as she used to be. Hence, she's trying to come up with this new book and actually put all these kind of damning things and mentioning all these names that she knows that a lot of people are interested in, and people, just because those names are mentioned, a lot of people might want to buy and read her book, and she's going to be trending just as she is trending right now. That it was a calculated move on the part of Yvonne Nelson. But if you are watching this video, if you come across this live stream, and if you've read the book or if you've not, from everything you've heard so far, leave us a comment and let us know in the comment section what you think about this new book that Yvonne Nelson just wrote. If you're yet to buy the book, there are a lot of tweets out there. People are tweeting about it as they're reading the book. They're tweeting about it. Some persons are so fired up that they are putting it in like short videos, talking about it and just dropping it out there, calling her out. So you can go research on all of that and draw your own conclusion, or go to Amazon and all everywhere you can get a book and go grab a copy, read it, and let us know what is your thought. Do you think Yvonne should have written this book at all? Or do you think she should have just made it about her life story and kept certain part of her life story out of it? Okay, like who she dated and who she didn't date and all of that. Or should she have told even those part of the story, but at least changed their names and maybe describe the men or the what escapade and everything that went on, describe them very well, but change their name so nobody will really know exactly who you're talking about. And then people really made a big deal out of Shakode's case that he's married. How will his wife feel if you were Shakode's wife? Are you going to feel some type of way if you just wake up one morning and you notice that your husband's name is trending and somebody's saying, oh, they dated him and now uh, they're no longer, that he got them pregnant and then asked them to abort and then ran away and left them, and all of that. Are you going to feel some type of way? Will that cause a rift at home between you and your husband? Or are you just going to look at it as, look, whatever happened many years ago is none of my business. I wasn't in the picture. I know, like, I didn't know him. He didn't know me. So it's not really my thing. If you were talking about something that is happening when you are married to him, it would be a different case. But it's not really something that you would even want to dwell on as a woman if you are a woman. And if you are a man, if you were in Shakodia's shoes, or I believe Yanya may also be in a relationship, also married. Some of these people, they don't say these things. If you were in their shoes, how are you going to feel? Including Tonto Dike that was mentioned also. Maybe Tonto Dike is seeing someone now. Yes, we know she had that messed up soap with that Pokpok Gari guy, one of that was also a hot mess after her divorce from her husband, and then the second relationship also was a hot mess. We don't know if Tonto Dike will be jumping into another man's hands anytime soon, but maybe if she is, do you think the person is going to find it funny that it seemed like she actually scattered someone else's relationship? Because that's what it looks like. If Yvonne is saying Inyanya abandoned her for Tonto Dike, I don't know if any story has ever been out there about this too. So a lot of people are kind of skeptical about this one, but for me, I think anything is possible. And if you've been in the industry for a long time, then you know fully well that they always date each other, they pass around and they do stuffs like that. So it's not a surprise to see somebody that was dating someone else now with somebody else, and then the beefing, the shading, and all of that that is going on. And do you think after that comment that Tonto Dike dropped in Afia Schwarzenegger's post, she would ever say anything else, or that's just gonna be it? Like she doesn't want to even get into that whole situation with Yvonne and all of that. So let us know in the comment section. And also, are you going to be getting the book? If you are, let us know. Drop it as a comment. We've been talking for 42 minutes. Okay, so that's about it. All right. When we round up the book, we are going to talk more about it. But so far, right now, I feel like people should stop telling women to stop sharing their story, mostly when it comes to African women. The culture, the tradition, the everything just presses women down. So if women are beginning to find their voice, find their place, people should allow them to talk. Because I feel like if it was a man that came out and wrote this book talking about women that he has had relationship with, blah, blah, that, people would be there hailing, oh wow, you're such a badass, you're such a badass, you've actually gone down there, you've done this, done all of that. But because she's female and she's talking about her situation, talking about what had happened in her life, many years ago, people now want to judge, people now want to, and the worst part is some of the people that might be out here judging are people that are living the same life and maybe still even living the same life as she was. I don't know if she's still living the same life, but I'm just saying, people that knows the game, knows what's up. Some persons matter even done worse than she has. First of all, she's not the first actress or whatever that we've heard that, oh, this person is hooking up with the politician, this person is hooking up with the big um businessman, or this person is hooking up with a traditional ruler or something, someone that's got cash. So she wouldn't be the first. Yvonne Nelson wouldn't be the first. Yvonne Nelson wouldn't be the last. But just let us know what you think about this book, like the spilling, the revelation, okay, that she actually brought out. Are you okay with it, or do you feel like this is going to affect her going forward? Like people might not want to work with her, some people might not want to call her to come to their set because they might feel like she doesn't know how to keep it. Just let us know what's your thought? Let's keep this conversational. Let's keep talking and let's keep the conversation going. That being said, thank you so very much, and see you next time when we have another gist. Okay, and that might be in a few hours. This is like 1 a.m. already. Very late over here, but yeah, thank you so very much for joining me. Thank you, Gorex. Thank you, my silent watchers. Thank you, everyone. And if you are watching the replay, thank you so very much. God bless each and every one of you. And I'll call it a day. See y'all tomorrow. Well, not tomorrow. See y'all in the morning because it's the next day already. See y'all in the morning and remain blessed. Bye.